sun rose over the lush green hills. Three 15-year-old friends, Baron, Burak, and Berk, set off on their mountain bikes. The crunch of tires on the dirt path mingled with the cheerful songs of birds. Baron set the pace at the front of the group, while Burak followed closely behind him. Nature had opened its arms to them in all its vibrant glory. Further down the path, they began to pass a large farm enclosed by wooden fences. Burak was busy examining the wildflowers by the roadside, while Berk trailed slightly behind the group, taking in the scenery. The scent of fresh grass and farm animals began to waft through the air. Suddenly, Berk slowed down and stopped, wrinkling his nose in distaste. "Ugh, what is that smell?" he grumbled. Baron stopped as well and looked back at his friend. Berk covered his nose with his hand and complained, "The smell of animals is everywhere. I wish these farms weren't so close to the city." Baron smiled and rode closer to Berk. "That smell is actually a sign of abundance, Berk," he said. "Think about it. If it weren't for those cows and sheep, where would the milk for your breakfast, the cheese you eat, or the meat for your dinner come from? They work almost like factories for us." When Burak joined them, Baron continued his explanation. "It's not just about food. Their wool makes clothes, and their hides make shoes. Even the manure that causes the smell you're complaining about is priceless for agriculture. It's the most natural source of energy to nourish the soil and help plants grow." Berk frowned and asked, "But Baron, I read online that animals cause a large carbon footprint and harm the environment. Some people argue that the world would be better off without them. Isn't that true?" Baron nodded as if acknowledging Berk's point, but he took a deep breath. Baron turned to Burak and continued, "That is only one side of the story. Everything has been created in a magnificent order and balance. Animals have been part of this ecosystem for thousands of years. The problem isn't the animals, it's how humans have disrupted that balance. Using the carbon footprint as an excuse to exclude these creatures is to deny that divine order." Baron turned back to Berk. "Every living thing has a service and a purpose for its creation. Our duty isn't to complain about them, but to be grateful for the blessings they provide. Without them, the soil would become infertile, and the food chain would break. Everything is created with wisdom and a specific place, Berk. To see this, you must do more than just look. You must realize it." Berk took a deep breath and looked at the farm animals again, but this time through a different lens. Burak joined him, and they silently watched the scene. "I think you're right, Baron," Berk said. "I was only smelling the odor. I couldn't see the hard work and the miracle of creation behind it. Instead of complaining, I should have been saying thank you." The three friends hopped back on their bikes and pushed off. As Baron and Burak rode ahead cheerfully, they now saw every scent and sound of nature as a blessing. Their journey continued not just across the fields, but also in their hearts, a journey filled with gratitude and awareness.